I grew up a ballet dancer, and I had watched the Raiderettes my whole life, and I just wanted to be a part of it. I worked really hard to make the team, and I did.
Caitlin Yates, shown here as a brunette, has been an Oakland Raiders cheerleader for the last 4 seasons.
I love dancing, first of all, and I love football. I love the Raiders. I love being able to cheer in front of 60,000 fans.
But in June, Yates became the 11th NFL cheerleader to file a lawsuit against her team. She cited illegal labor practices, including hourly wages far below minimum wage and payments deferred until the end of the season. Yates's case was the first to include the NFL.
This is something that's been going on for way too long in the NFL, and it's time to change.
4, 3, 2,
and yet,
1. One more time, back to those push-ups, bring it all the way down.
Yates is again trying out for the Raiderettes.
Lead with those shoulders, pull them back.
We have auditions on Sunday.
They know that you filed this lawsuit.
They do.
What trepidations do you have that they might not put you on the squad because of that?
Keep that chest up tall.
I haven't had any problems with weight or appearance or dance or behavior. So going into my 5th season, I would reasonably expect to be taken on to the team.
Outside the Lines interviewed 5 NFL cheerleaders. All share stories of long hours, stringent demands, and poor pay.
Okay, we're almost done with the S's. Do you see a seagull?
Lacey T., who doesn't use her last name for security reasons, was the first to file a lawsuit after her husband asked to see the contract she signed with the Raiders a few weeks into the season.
9. There's only 7.
He asked me, Lacey, when are you going to get your first paycheck? I was like, I don't know. I actually don't think I get paid till the end of the year. And when he read the contract for the first time, he was like in shock. Lacey, there's no way that this contract is legal.
We knew that there were some practices that were questionable.
Leslie Levy is Lacey's attorney.
I don't think in my 32 years of lawyering I have ever seen an employer put in writing so many illegal clauses.
In California, as well as many other states, an employer must account for hours worked and pay employees for all work done on behalf of the company or team. Although the Raiders paid cheerleaders $125 for each home game, they did not compensate for any hours of practice time or for the majority of mandatory public appearances.
When I first made the team, I was so excited to be there. I would have signed anything. In my last 2 seasons, I started realizing, no, that's definitely not legal, it's definitely not right, and I'm not being treated the way that I should.
The NFL has had cheerleaders for 60 years, but it wasn't until the early 70s that Tex Schramm took them into the modern era, creating the iconic Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Today, 26 teams have cheerleaders, and every year, thousands of young women try out for the coveted 25 to 30 spots per team.
I didn't expect to make money. I wanted to be there.
Shannon Salter was a Cowboys cheerleader from 1987 to 1989. She said she was paid $13.85 per game after taxes. And she said many of her teammates considered it a sisterhood rather than a job.
I don't remember a single cheerleader ever saying, we should get paid for this. We work hard, and why aren't we getting compensated? Most girls, they come up to you and they're like, oh, I've always dreamed of being a Cowboy cheerleader, and I mean, isn't that enough?
Salter traveled extensively as part of the elite small dance group, visiting troops overseas on Christmas Eve and other holidays without being compensated beyond travel expenses.
I saw it as something I love to do. It's the dance, the performing. It let me go see parts of the world and visit with wonderful people. We all knew we wanted to be there, that this was an honor, and that once you're a cheerleader, you're always a cheerleader.
The Raiders and Buccaneers declined to be interviewed by Outside the Lines, as did the NFL, which provided a statement saying that although they share information with teams on employment practices, they are not involved with the selection, duties, or wages of the cheerleaders.
The NFL claims that they don't have any control over the cheerleaders. Then you shouldn't have put in your Constitution that you do.
Yates' attorney, Drexel Bradshaw, argues that the NFL is aware of cheerleading operations. The Constitution states, Every written employment contract with any non-player employee of a club shall be filed in the league office promptly following its execution.
Girls are very scared. All the coaching staffs really bully the cheerleaders into believing that a million girls would take your spot. You can be replaced in a second.
With no guarantee that the contract would be any different, Caitlin Yates began preparing in June to try out for the team she is suing.
I thought about it and I said, yes, I know. This is what I'm doing. What I'm doing is right.
Yates said the reception from the other finalists was chilly. She was defying the sisterhood.
There's going to be animosity. She's been complaining about the management and how she was treated. It's like, what, everything's changed now and you want to get back on the squad?
Did anyone come up and talk to you?
You know, not much. Change can be a very difficult thing, and people don't always know how to react.
Yates found out the next evening she made the squad, and the next day she saw the new contract. $9 an hour for practice, games, and required events, $1 over California minimum wage.
It was overwhelming. There's a lot of positive changes.
It's a huge shift to attempt to be in compliance with the law. I hope it will spark other teams to do the same.
I have to believe that what I'm doing is right and keep moving forward, and that's what I'm going to do.